It's the year of the snake. I have survived another day on our planet. My country remains divided. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. And critical thinking is a scarce commodity. But I did it. I quit my job, sold my home, had my 1994 Hummer rebuilt, and finished my M1 102 overlanding trailer. My blind dog, Sailor, keeps me company while we travel in my Hummer, affectionately named Bigfoot, towing Hotel Sasquatch, my DIY overlanding trailer. At night, I sleep under the stars. I go where I want, when I want, and make no apologies. I travel this once great country of ours, camping and exploring. When there is opportunity and regulations allow, I hunt and fish. My unorthodox style of overlanding I call C.H.E.Fing, which stands for camping, hunting, exploring, and fishing. Please join me, but at your own risk. You may choose to sell your favorite couch. In the next two-part episode of my adventures, I replaced the missing wheel and tire that fell off my trailer driving to the coast. Then I traveled down the Texas coast on the Gulf of Mexico. I encounter roadrunners, deer, coyotes, 40-mile-per-hour winds, and freezing nights, followed by triple-digit temperatures just a few weeks later. All the while, I camp, explore, and in part 2, the planets align while I visit Rocket Ranch and watch Elon Musk and Space X send the world's largest Starship, launch number 8, to its demise in the upper atmosphere. Miraculously, the rocket returns to Earth, being caught by its chopsticks at Boca Chica Beach in Texas. Along the way, I experience incredible sunsets, meet wonderful people, and as usual, I end each of the videos with a meal served from my tailgate kitchen. So don't sell your couch just yet. I'm here in Puerto Lavaca, Magnolia Beach. It's quite a long story. I don't think I'll get into the whole thing, but the gist of it is that I lost a wheel and a tire on my trailer. I've gotten that temporarily fixed, but have decided to abandon the military wheels and tires and go with some conventional 17-inch one-piece rims with some Toyo tires, 37 by 12.5. I'm here in Texas waiting for the wheels to come in, and got back on the road with a loaner military wheel, and just headed down to the beach, Puerto Lavaca. Unfortunately, it's been windy, cold, so for dinner I decided to do something really simple, and I'm doing a freeze-dried Korean bibimbap. Recently spent some time in Ohio with my daughters. We made some Korean bibimbap, and I put it through the freeze dryer, so we're going to see how that turns out. The bibimbap should be done. It's been about 10 minutes with boiling water in the sealed bag. Bibimbap, miso soup. Full disclosure, after making it further down the coast to the San Padre National Seashore, I stayed in the Bird Island Basin campground and waited out the weather and tides. Then, upon driving off the beach, I stayed at Malachite Campground for a night to fill my Hotel Sasquatch with 42 gallons of potable water, and to get an early start the next day, heading to Boca Chica Beach. I'm here on San Padre Island. I guess they call this South Beach. There's 60 miles of beach that you can drive on, fish on, camp on. Once you get in the park for $25 fee, or if you have America the Beautiful, it's free. The camping on the beach is free. There's no, obviously, amenities. No water. You got to bring everything, pack everything out. That's the way I like to do it, though. It's a little overcast, a little bit breezy, but it's not bad. And it's like 15 to 20 degrees warmer than yesterday. I'm near Corpus Christi, and it nearly snowed last week. It was 34 degrees. It was ridiculous. And raining. And windy, 30-mile-an-hour gusts, actually 38-mile-an-hour gusts, and it was relentless. Winds above 20 miles an hour for 4 days straight. It was kind of stupid. But that's why I didn't drive out on the beach till today. The problem is the tide's high, and the wind is going to switch a little bit out of, I think, the northeast here in a minute. So I'm just hoping that I'm above the high tide line. It looks like I am. According to the ranger I talked to, he said it shouldn't quite get to the dunes. Can't drive up into the dunes, but I'm kind of on this 6 mile mark, and there's an old abandoned barricaded I guess oil rig access road, and he said that you could pull up a little further there, but you're really not supposed to get to the sloped part of the dunes. I am on a little bit of a slope, but you'll see I'm kind of on a plateau right where the road comes to the beach. I couldn't get my camper very level because my leveling blocks just kept burying in the sand. I finally got up on top of them, but it's still not level, but it'll be good enough. So there's the front of Bigfoot. You see the beach, that's going north. I'm about 6 miles in. There's about 54 miles behind me. Here's the dunes. I'm a good ways off the dunes, but like I said, I am on this little slope. That's that barricaded access road. More dunes here. And I'm kind of down on this flatter spot where the road starts. But as you'll see, it's not that flat. I did open up the kitchen just so I could get myself a little bit of red wine and watch the tide come in. If I have to, I guess I can pull up into this road a ways and get out of the incoming tide. At this point, if the tide gets too high, I'd be driving through salt water to get out of here to do it. It's about a half-hour drive. But anyway, say hi, Sailor. He's a good dog. I wish you could see him, but he smells so well. He's pretty happy. So you see what I'm up against. We'll see where this tide ends up. Hopefully this isn't a bad decision, but I think I'm safe. If I have to, I'll just back into that access road and I'll be more than out of the surf zone. It'll be a little close to the dunes, and I'm trying to follow the rules. But you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And you can see where the tide came in yesterday, I believe. And I think it's almost the exact same tide. The wind's a little bit less strong. So I think I'm good. And if I'm good today, I should be good the rest of the week. Well, it looks like we're plenty above high tide. I'm kind of thinking of cooking some dinner. Mikey, this clip's for you. I think you'll appreciate this. I don't know, I like cooking on campfires, but on the beach, there just isn't much wood. I am gonna have a fire here. I bought some wood, which I said I was never gonna do, but I just bought a couple bundles, just have one, maybe 2 fires here. I decided I needed a lightweight, portable Weber grill. And you're the Weber guy, so here it is. I'm going to give you the first preview and the first match light, and I will show you my burger and my baked potato when it's all done. There you go, Mikey. Took Sailor up here a few minutes ago to take a leak, and I saw some coyote prints in the sand, and I'm just going to kind of do a little highlight here of the difference between a domestic dog print and a coyote print. First I'm going to go over, I'm going to kind of show you Sailor's print. It's a little bigger. He's about a 45-pound Brittany Spaniel. Coyotes weigh, I think, about 25-30 pounds. The main difference is that the pads on the coyote point more or less straight forward. They don't splay out and point in, and the nails don't dig in quite as deep. They sort of just, the tips of the nails just kind of touch the mud, sand, whatever. So I'll show you Sailor's, then the coyote, then I'll back out so you can see the two next to each other and appreciate the size difference. Then right here you see Sailor's print. So his paws are kind of splayed out. You can definitely make out every one of his nails. They're long. And then there's a bird track right there, but if we just move over a little bit, this is a coyote print. You can see those pads point straight forward, and those nails just kind of dig in on the tip. So I'm going to show you the two next to one another. and you can appreciate the size difference there. Coyote. Domestic dog. I'm still out here on San Padre Island, just enjoying the sun, and I found a piece of foam. I'm just picking up garbage, you know, trying to clean the beach a little bit, and it looks like construction foam, probably just garbage that washed out to shore and washed back up on the beach, but I thought it was interesting because I'm pretty sure it was floating and a shark took a bite out of it. I'm not an expert, but I have seen a few surfboards that have been bit over the years growing up in California, and looks a little bit like that. So here's the foam, a little bigger than my hand, and you can see what I'm pretty sure are teeth marks here. We'll flip it over. Looks like another set of teeth marks here. Hard to tell how big it is because it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 teeth, but based on the size of the teeth, I'll bet you it's probably a pretty big shark, maybe 10 feet. I'm guessing it was probably a bull shark or a tiger shark, but I don't know. I'm not that much of an expert. That night, I was flanked by coyotes, one from the north and another one from the south. These cousins of Sailor were very curious for sure, and interestingly, they really weren't that concerned that I was there. All right, everyone. It's actually lunchtime, but I figured nothing like some waffles for lunch. This is a new one. I'm going to just show you some modifications I did to my Blackstone griddle to make this possible. Basically, the griddle works as a griddle, but you can't really put a pot or a waffle iron or anything on it because it just won't get hot enough. It takes forever to boil water. So I modified my Blackstone griddle with a stainless steel grill just above the burner. There it is. That's the waffle iron, and you can see here what I did. Those holes here are for the griddle. The original 4 holes are still in place. I bent these little brackets and welded them to a stainless steel grill. And this is my trusty little waffle maker. The handle's plastic, but the flames are going to be in that H pattern. I did have to put my little walk ring down just to get the handle up over the front of the grill here. So anyway, I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to mix up some waffle mix, and I got some butter and some syrup over here, a little bit of oil. So I think we're all set. Well, here it is, finished product. I'm going to get it on the plate, buttered syrup, and then I'll share it with you again. He wishes he had some waffles. No. Yes, they are.